Yeah, good morning, everyone. So, last session we learned about date and time functions, huh? Right. So, we discussed about how to use date and time. So, that means how we can use date and time functions. Date and time, how we can handle. One example already I showed you. Some more functions are there. Actually, we learned function for accessing the date. We have uh, date and time functions to set date. Date and time functions to set value. How to set value means not only get, we have set. We have functions like set hours. We have like set minutes. We have like set seconds. We have like set milliseconds. We have like set date. We have set month, and we have set year. These are all the options we are having. We have get functions and we have set functions. Get functions are for reading the date and time. Set functions are used for storing the date and time, right? We can store date and time by using set functions. How we can do that? Same example. Uh, let's see yesterday. Dynamically, if we want to control, then we have to use this. Which one is this one? Yeah. So in this example, actually, already we have date and time. When we have date and time, just one add HTML. So we are accessing a simple script, and we are using now, or say MFD is equal to new date. So in that date, we will store some date. Format is year, month, day. 2023 month, suppose month 01, and day some 24, something like that. Now we are displaying that. So document dot write. So we are displaying manufactured. So here we will write MFD dot to date string. I'm just using to date string. You can see it is going to display the date. To date string, it will show the date in this way. Tuesday, January 24, 22. We want to add some new date. Modify. Then what you can do, MFD dot set month. We can use this set month. Set month I given as suppose 5. You have to give month number from 0. So here I given as 4. That means it will be May, right? And MFD dot set date. Set date is suppose some 18, something like this. And you can see that it is going to change the date and show. So we can get and we can set. If you want to dynamically change the date, then you can use these functions, right? That is a simple example of reading and writing. These two important options are there. Yesterday we tried one example, different type of salutation. And yesterday one more function I showed you, timer, how we can use timer events and work. So these are all about data types. So in JavaScript, I will give the summary for JavaScript data types. In JavaScript data types, what are the all types we learned? We have primitive, non-primitive, we have number, string, boolean, null, undefined. Another one is symbol. Another one is array. Another one object. Next map, and we have a date. These are all the data types we learned. And actually in these advanced JavaScript advanced types, JavaScript advanced data types, what are the data types we are having? Advanced data types we are having symbol. Another one is map. These comes under advanced category, because already I told you these are available from the new version of JavaScript. In the old versions we don't have them. So these are the advanced data types. So in JavaScript advanced, we have a symbol type and we have a map type. What is symbol? What is the purpose of symbol type? We learned symbol type. No? What is the purpose of symbol type? It is used to define a unique hidden field in any object. In any object, you can define a unique hidden field. That field will not be displayed in iterations, but it will be individually available. That is done by using what? Symbol. What is map? Yesterday we learned map is a key value collection, but it is schemaless, but it is fast because it provides all implicit methods. So these are advanced, right? So remember, we are learning JavaScript as one concept. Means in that old features will be there, new features will be there. That means advanced features will be there, everything. So sometimes when we are not telling this point that this is advanced, this is ordinary. Now people sometimes, because their brain is only little matured, they finally come and ask like, sir, you haven't told JavaScript advanced, right? So such immature people will be there, right? Generally in outside, what they do, they divide topics. They will say that these are basics, these are advanced. We are not dividing, we are learning complete JavaScript. In that, basic will be there, advanced also will be there. If I don't divide advanced, like, so sometimes people are not aware. That's the reason I am giving. So what are the JavaScript advanced data types? Symbol type and a map type, right? That is next important. Till now we learned variables, another one data types. how to work with variables data type. Next important is we have to learn JavaScript operators. We need to know JavaScript operators. JavaScript operators, some operators already we learned. We created EMI calculator. Na? In EMI calculator, what operators we learned? In EMI calculator, we implemented EMI formula. In that, what operators we use? We have subtraction, we have multiplication, we have power values. Am I right? We used all of them, right? So we are using operators in different places. Actually, JavaScript operators, they are classified into different. For example, actual first point is JavaScript operators are classified into 3 different types based on number of operands. Number of operands. How many operands they contain? Based on that, the operators are classified into 3 types. Operands means what? Suppose A plus B. What is A, B? A and B are operands. Operands contain the value. And what is plus? Plus is an operator. A and B are what? Operands. Operands. So, based on how many operands we can have, operators are classified into 3 types. First, number 1, we have unary operators. Unary operators usually, actually, unary operator means they handle operation on one using one operand. Only one operand will be there. They handle operation based on one operand, then we call them unary operator. Example is what? Example is like x plus plus, right? So x minus minus, that means actually operator is plus plus. Plus plus is which operator? Increment. Minus minus is decrement. These are unary operators. That means if you are using these operators, only one operand will be there. That means it will be like what? Just x plus plus, or it will be like x minus minus. That means you don't have 2 operands. There will be only one operand. What this means? X is equal to x plus 1. What x minus minus means? X equal to x minus 1. The result will be stored in x. It will be stored in x. This is called as unary operators. So unary operators usually perform operations using one operand. Only one operand will be there. That is what unary operator. So yesterday I showed you count. Na? Yesterday we used count plus plus, right? Yesterday we designed this example. Which one? Which example we tried yesterday? I think demo, na? No, not demo. Checkbox. Yesterday we designed this one. Na? Yesterday we designed this one. In this, when I click load image, it will increment the value and it will display the value. This example we already created. In this example, it will display that and show. In this example, you can see here, we are using count plus plus. This is which operator? Unary operator. That means count value will be increased by 1 and it will be stored in count. That means count value is actually 0. It will be increased by 1 and it will be stored here. Minus minus means decrement. Let's see another example here. Simple example we'll see. Let's say here a new file unary.html. Okay. Now I will show here a simple page. So this is unary operator. Okay. I will create a simple design. Presentation, you add bootstrap and all. I will use a small design. Small bootstrap I will add. Relation is style sheet. Href is node modules. Bootstrap dist CSS bootstrap.css. Okay. And here we have a script. We will put script later. And here we are having link. Relation is equal to style sheet. Href. Node modules, bootstrap icons, font icons.css. Now what we are doing in the body section is here, we are adding a container fluid and we have a container. So class is margin top 3. And here we are defining heading. Suppose we will keep a class as card also, right? Card. In this, we will put a div. This will be class as card header. So we will keep a paragraph ID as title. Okay. We have another class card body. And we have an image. Image width is 100%. Height as some 300. Okay, then we have card footer. So card class as card footer. Oh, card footer. In the card footer, we will add a button. So we will have a class BI chevron left. And similarly, another button. We have chevron what? Right. And we have class BTN and BTN primary. Same BTN and BTN primary. Okay. What is the design is? This is the design. That is the design. Now what we will do is this will have deflex justify content center. Okay, and this card W is 50. That is fine. Okay, and here text center footer. Okay, fine. Now what I want to do is we have fake store now. From fake store, we want to access the products and display them here with a slideshow like. Slideshow means user clicks next photo should come. Previous photo should come. Then how do we do that? We will write first a function load product. Which product to load? We will put an ID. That means at a time, only one product should come. We will put an ID. Based on ID, we can access the product. So how to write fetch? HTTP colon, what is it? fakestoreapi.com/what? Products/ID. ID is coming from where? ID. After that dot then we will use a function response return response dot JSON. After that we are using dot then function we will collect product. That product information we will display here. Document dot get element by ID title dot inner HTML is equal to which one? Product dot what? Title. Okay. That header also we will put text center. Next in the image don't have an ID, but it's okay. Document dot what? Query selector image dot src is what? Product dot image. That's it. Now we will write one function body load. Now on body load, it should load product ID is 1. First product will be loaded. So for body, we have onload is what? Body load. By default, one product will come. Now when user clicks this button, second product should come. That means what we will do, we will use a variable called count. Right? Count is initially 1 because already it is starting with 1. And we will write a function next click. On next click, count plus plus. Count will be increased by 1. After increased by 1, that count we have to send to load product count. That means this time it will be how much? 2. Again he clicks next, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, like that. Similarly, we have a function. What is it? Previous click. On previous click, count minus minus. So load product, which one? Count. That's it. We have to write the function here. On this button, on click. This is previous click. On click, na? Right. On click, previous click. Here it is on click, next click. These are the functions. Now you can see I click on this, then it will get the next product. So the next product, it can get that. I click on previous, it will get the previous product. Currently, I am showing only few details. Other details, your wish, price and all. Suppose if you want, you can display price some here. Right? You can keep that container there. There you can display the price. Rating, price, your wish, you can display anywhere. Currently, we are displaying only title and picture. Other details, just put some divs spans and in them you can display, right? So this is one example just to make you understand what are unary operators, right? How we can use unary operators. Okay. Some more points are there. I will tell you. Actually, this increment and decrement have some important point to understand. Actually, we have a concept called pre-increment, post-increment, and post-decrement. We have post-increment and post-decrement. Similarly, pre-increment, pre-decrement. Actually, suppose we have a variable x equal to 10, where y is equal to x plus plus. This is called post increment. We call post increment. Now, what is the value of x and y? The value of x and y. So the value of x is 11, value of y is 10. That is post increment. Why the value of y is 10? Because post increment means first it will assign the value of x to y. After that increment will happen. After that increment will happen. First it will assign, after that increment. That means first what is the value of x? 10. 10 will be assigned to y. After 10 is assigned to y, later x value will be incremented. That means x value will be 10 plus 1. That means 11. So post increment means, so it assigns first and then performs increment. So it assigns first, then performs increment. Similarly, it assigns first and then perform decrement. That's what actually increment and decrement. It will first assign, then it will increment. It will assign and then decrement. For example, what happens now where x is equal to 10 and where x y is equal to x minus minus. What is the value now? X is equal to 9. X is equal to 9 and y is equal to 10. That's what it will be. The value of x and y. This is post increment, right? Generally, that is post increment. That is common actually. Let's say another reference I will take. So here I am just writing a script. So where x equal to 10, where y is equal to x plus plus. Document dot write. So x equal to the value of x and y is equal to the value of y. And you can see it is going to print the value of x and y like this. It is going to print the value of x and y like this. That is x 11, y 10. That is actually post. Suppose minus minus means, so x value will be 9, y is 10 now. That is post. What is meant by pre-increment? So pre-increment and pre-decrement. Decrement. So that means if I define where x equal to 10, so where y is equal to plus plus x. Now what is the value of x and y? X equal to 11, y also 11. Why? Because in this case, what will happen? It will first increment, after that assign. It will increment and assign. In that case, both value will be 11, right? So that means it increments and then assign. So that is what options. So it decrements and then assign. For example, now same where x equal to what? 10, where y is equal to minus minus x. What is the value of x? Value of y? 9. That is how it is going to manage x and y. These are the basic things how it works, right? Now that is increment, that is decrement, and the values. Here how it is going to manage. These are important while working with unary operators, right? So one example I already showed you how the unary operators works. Second important is The second concept is binary operators. Binary operators means so handle operations on two operands. It handles operation on two operands. Two operands, actually all are binary operators, many. You have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, like that. For example, I given a plus b. So that is a binary operator. So we have like a slash b. That is a binary operator, right? These are performing operations on two. For example, a plus b plus c. Now, 3 means ternary. Na? Even you given this, generally mathematically it will not add 3 at a time. What it will do? A plus b first, the result will be added with c. That means at a time, how many will be working? 2. If you want to set priority, then you can put parenthesis, na? Right? Then b plus c first, then it will go with a. That is general. Anywhere these operators will perform operations on only 2. Right? That is binary operators, right? Binary. So many operators are there. I will give you the list of them. Next important, what is ternary operators? Ternary operators handle operations on 3 operands. 3 operands. And actually, we have ternary operator. Only one ternary operator is there. What is the ternary operator? Is question mark colon. This is a ternary operator. Ternary operator. Actually, before question mark, it will take condition. After question mark, after condition, question mark. Here it will take true value. After that colon, it will take false. So how many operands are there? 3. So first operand is condition, second operand is true, third operand is false. That means condition, if it is true, what should happen? We will put here. Condition is false, what should happen? We will put here. I hope this already I showed you in toggle. Na? In toggle already I showed you. Stock, in stock, out of stock, right? Already while designing toggle, I showed you ternary operator. It is same like simple if condition. If condition is true, what value? If it is false, what value? Already we discussed that in designing toggle like options. When we created some toggle, so we used this technique. Already I showed you that. No need to explain, just I will show you. Suppose we have a variable stock is true. Now I want to display message document dot write. How to display message? We need a ternary operator. What it is? Stock is with ternary operator. We saw that this is ternary operator. So what are the operators we are having? Unary, binary, and ternary. This is depending on what? Depending on how many operands we can use. Similarly, the operators are classified into various groups based on type of value they return. Type of value they return. Operators are classified into various groups based on the type of value they return. That means some operators return number, some operators return boolean. If the operators are returning a number, those operators are called arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators. That means we have number one, arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators. What are the arithmetic operators we are having? You know them. Plus, this is for addition. Minus, this is for subtraction. So we have asterisk. Asterisk is for multiplication. So subtraction, multiplication, another one slash. This is for division. We have modulus. This is modulus. This is division for remainder value. Division for remainder value. We have modulus. Next what? So we have a double asterisk. This is power. It is means this is called exponent. Actually, it is equal to math.pow. Already I showed you math.pow. It is equal to that math.pow. We have plus plus. We know that it is increment, minus minus. This is decrement. These all called arithmetic operators. Why they are called arithmetic operators? Because they return a number. All arithmetic operators are going to return a number. So technically here, already I showed you depend on data type also. One operator is special. What is that? Is plus. Plus will not return a number every time, because plus is also used for concatenation. If a string plus string is there, I showed you already, it will return a string. Boolean plus string. Boolean plus string also string. Boolean plus boolean. Boolean plus boolean will return a number. Why? Because boolean means true, 0, 1, right? Already given that. So other operators, they perform operation only on, they are performing operations only on which one? Numbers, right? These, they return number. These all comes under arithmetic operators, right? Arithmetic operators, we are having these arithmetic operators. Okay. Now, in this one, new operator is this double asterisk. Double asterisk. That is the arithmetic operator. Modulus means remainder value. For example, I will show you. In EMI calculator, you used some operators, right? Already some operators we use. Suppose you see here, I said data list, data term. Suppose even number. Okay. And data definition, input type is equal to text. ID is so some txt even. And we have a button. Button is submit. Like this we define. Now what happens here? I will put another data definition. In the data definition, ID is error. Okay. So when this button is clicked, on click, what it is? Submit click. Now I will write a script. The script is what? Function. What is it? Submit click. On submit click, I need to verify they entered a even number or not. So var n is equal to document dot get. First we will parse int document dot get element by id txt even dot value. Why? Because whatever comes from text box is a string. We have to convert that into number. By using parsing, we can do that. Now we will access here var error. document dot get element by ID. What is it? Error. Now we will write a condition. If n is modulus divided by 2 and remainder is 0. That means now n is divided by 2. Modulus is for getting the remainder value. Slash is for getting the quotient value. To get the quotient value, slash. To get the remainder value, modulus. If remainder of division by 2 is 0, that means it is an even number. It is an even number. So what we will do? Document dot write. We will put verified. We will put a message. Otherwise, error dot inner HTML. We will say please enter an even number. Like this, we will write. This is to just handle a simple operation. That means it will say even number. I entered some 3, submit. It says please enter an even number. Suppose I entered some even number, then it is submitted. Right? That is simple modulus. Modulus is for which operation? It is for finding the remainder value. This is simple modulus division. Modulus division is that. Another one, exponent. Exponent is nothing but already exponent is, suppose we are having a script, already we know document dot write. So we are using a simple operator we will use 2 double asterisk 3. That means 2 to the power of 3. Actually, it is equal to what? It is equal to math dot pow 2 comma 3. This is old technique. This is new technique. This is new technique. Math.pow is a old technique. This is a new. So in advanced JavaScript, power values can be handled by using this double asterisk. So the result will be same. Both result will be same, right? Equivalent to that. So that is what the new operator here. This is example for that. So in JavaScript operators, so we have arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators are used for returning a number. Next important, we have in the operators, we have assignment operators. Assignment operators. We have plus equal. We have minus equal, slash equal. So divide equal, modulus equal, asterisk equal, like this. This is nothing but actually add and assign. This is same subtract and assign. And assign. And we have divide and assign. Divide and assign. And this is modulus and assign. Asterisk assign. This is multiply and assign. These are all assignment operators. What is the purpose of these assignment operators? Already we used this also. Where we used, when we learned about prompt, I told you. When we learned about prompt, how to add assign, I showed you. For example, we entered an option, create new folder. When we say create new folder, last session also I showed you checkboxes, right? In checkboxes, what happens? You select multiple checkbox and it will add only the last one. If you want to add to the existing, then we have to use plus equal. Plus equal, already we used that. That is add and assign. Right? These are all assignment operators. Already you saw in checkboxes I showed you how to add and assign. That is assignment operators. Add, assign, multiply, assign. You can use any. For example, let's say, suppose we have some option. So we have a button move and we have an image. So a div image source. It is in public. In that images, we have some asp.jpg width and height. That is the option we are having. Image id is some pic. Image id is some pic. Now on this button click, we need to handle that. Button on click, move click. Now what should happen is, when move click, that image should move right side. That image must move right side. It should move right side. BR. Okay. It should move right side. 100 pixels it should move. Right? How you can handle that? So what we will do is, we will write a script. Okay. We will write a function. What it is? Move click. Actually, we will declare one variable. Variable is position. Position is having 50 Position is having value 50. Now when move click, what should happen? Document dot get element by id. What it is? Pick dot style dot margin left. So it should be position plus px. That means position for pixels plus pixel. 50 plus pixels. It will display 50 plus pixels. Now what happens when user clicks the move? It will move 50. Again I click on move, then it is not moving. From there it should move again 50. Then how? Suppose here I am using plus equal. Plus equal means what? Already what is there, to that it should add. But see here, I click move, again click move, it's not working. Why? You see the inspect here. In the inspect, you check here the console. In the console, you see, I refresh here, move, there is no error coming. Shall we check what is the value coming? What is the value coming means, I will kick here the option like this. What is it? So console.log, what is it? Position. I am using position. Now you can see position is 50. After that, it is still 50 only. Every time it is 50 only. That means position must be incremented now. Right? So I will remove this plus equal here. Suppose how we can increment the position. Suppose I am using position plus equal to position. Something like this I am giving, plus equal to position. Now what will happen? Suppose I click move. You can see it is moving now. Plus equal is nothing but what happens? It will increment. Already whatever the position is there, to that position it will add the new position. It will add the new position. Suppose if you want to go more distance, then what you can give? Multiply equal. That means multiply equal means it will go more. That means 50 into 50, it will go somewhere 100 or somewhere. That means lot of distance it is moving. We want to move, suppose 10, right? Then you can see it will move like this. It is moving like that. It will be multiplying. Means it moved already somewhere right corner. Right? That is multiply. You can use plus equal or you can use, it will move only 10 here. That you can manage by using these positions, right? That means 10, 20, 20 plus 10, 30, 30 plus 10, 40, like that we can go on increment. These are simple options. How to bring backward? Minus equal. You can use plus equal or minus equal. This is a simple concept. Later we will design another example to handle that. We will see. For example, I will create another example of working with the values. Okay. For example, we will design some like KFC form and all, how cost is calculated and all. I will show you. For that, we will learn about if conditions and we can do that. There we will use these operators. This comes under which category? This is under which category? Assignment. Assignment. Next important, we have comparison operate. Comparison operators. Comparison operators, we have double equal. This is equal. We have triple equal. This is identical equal. Identical equal. So this is not equal, not equal, and it is not identical. Identical. We have greater than. We have greater than or equal. Greater than or equal. We have less than. We have less than or equal. So these are comparison operators. In these comparison operators, actually what these comparison operators will do, these comparison operators will return a Boolean value. These comparison operators are going to return a Boolean value. They return a Boolean value. Boolean value, that is what comparison operators are, right? So Boolean value is nothing but true or false. And here one important is, what is difference between double equal, triple equal? Because others everybody know greater than, less than, greater than or equal, right? So what is difference here? That means what is difference between double equal and triple equal, which is very commonly asked in interviews also, they ask it. Difference is nothing but, suppose we are giving where x equal to 10, where y is equal to 10. X is string, y is number. Now if I say x equal to y, is it true or false? It will return true. That is not good. Why it will return true? Because even you return a string, because there is a number inside that string, it will internally convert that into a number and compare. Double equal can compare the values of different types. That is not good. Values of same type only should be compared. Different type, they should not compare. Then what you can do is, we can use triple equal. Triple equal y. That means what this is going to do is, it is going to return true. It is going to return true or false. It is going to return false. Why it is going to return false? Because it can compare only same type. Same type means either both must be string or both must be number. So even you define a number in a string form, it is not going to convert. So always better use triple equal in JavaScript. Why we have this problem in JavaScript? Because in JavaScript, whenever we are dealing with data coming from elements, HTML elements, already I told you from HTML element, whatever comes, it will be string. In that case, wrong types should not be compared. Only same type must be compared. So what you can do, you can use an ternary operator. So sorry, this comparison operator. What is it? Where x equal to 10, it is a string type. Y is equal to 10, it is a number type. Document dot write, I am writing x equal to y. X equal to y, and here we will use x equal to y. So in the next line, so I will write x equal to y, and here I will use x triple equal to y. You can see that in one case it is going to return true, another case it is going to return false. That means double equal can compare two different data types. Two different data type means it doesn't means that you return a, it will convert that into number and compare. It will not do like that. It will just compare a, right? That means if both are string type, then only comparison will work. If both are number type, then only comparison will work. That is what important is. So this is the difference between double, equal, and triple. We call as identical, equal, identical, equal. This is what kind of operators? Comparison. Greater than, less than, one example we will see. How we can handle one small example we will see. I will give you some programming tasks now. In the classroom itself, we have to solve. In the classroom itself, I will give you some programming tasks. You have to do that and show me, right? In the coming next level, I will show you them, right? I will give you those tasks. There we will use all these operators, right? How to work with them and use them, right? These are comparison operators. Next important, in the operators, we have logical operators. Logical operators. Logical operators, we have double ampersand. This is logical and. We have double pipe. This is logical or. And we have pipe, exclamation. This is not. And, or, and not. Actually, we have expression 1 and expression 2. We can combine multiple expressions. We can combine multiple expression 1 and expression 2. Now, what will be the result? Result is, actually the result will be true only when both expressions are true. If any one expression is false, then it is false. So if you are adding multiple expressions, then we can use AND. Suppose we are using expression 1 or we are using expression 2. Then it will be true when any one expression is true. If any one expression is true, it will be true. That is what actually expressions. Let's see. And what is not? Not is what? Negation. Negation means suppose not true means equal to it is what? False. Not true means it is false. So suppose we say not undefined. Am I right? Not undefined means what? It is defined. right? We can use negation, right? That is what not operator. Let's see one simple point here. That means how we can use these operators, right? One simple option we will see. So how to define these operators? Suppose I will show you here. So we are adding, yeah. So here we are adding some user login. We will put here a script and we will create a simple data list, data term, a heading, user login. Data term is username and input type is equal to text and ID is username. Data term is password and data definition input type is password. ID is password. And we have a button login and we have so on click login click and we will put a paragraph here align center. Okay, now what should happen is when user clicks the button we have user details is an object. User details is an object we are having, or we can even maintain in a separate file that I will show you in iterations how we can maintain in a separate file. User details have username John underscore NIT. We have password. So password is some John at the net 123. That is user details. Now when user clicks login click, I need to verify whether he entered the same details or not. That means username should match, password should match. Username, password should match, both should match. Then we will first collect username, document dot get element by ID, username dot value. Password, password document get element by ID. What it is, password dot value. Now we will write a condition. If username is matching with triple equal, means data type also should be same. If it is matching with user details dot username, that means the username we entered is matching with the username present in that object and double ampersand and password is matching with user details dot password. That means if username and password both are matching, both should match. Username is matching, password not matching, then it will fail. What end means both should match. If both are matching, then document dot write login success. This message should come. Else document dot query selector paragraph inner HTML, we will say invalid credentials. Invalid credentials, like this we define. Now you see here when I entered the details here. So username, password. I'm entering the username. So John underscore NIT. Password is something wrong. Then it says invalid credentials. Suppose password is correct. John at the net 123 and login. It is success. Suppose username is wrong. John underscore NIIT. Password is correct. John at the net 123. Password is correct. Then it will say invalid because both should match. That means I can just use here. So NIT and login. Then it will work. This is actually operator. So logical. For example, I given like this, like here I given username or mobile. Username or mobile. That means what should happen here? There is another option, mobile. Mobile is +919876543210. That is the mobile number of his. Now, very important is username should match with username or it can be mobile. Anyone. But password should be same. Then what we will do is here we have to put a parenthesis. In that parenthesis, we have to write or. We have to write or. Username is matching with, what is it? User details dot mobile. That means username can be username or it can be mobile. If it is matching with username or mobile, but it should compulsory match with password. That means out of these two, one is true, okay. But out of these two, both should match now. Either mobile or username should match and password should match. For mobile and username, option is there. They can use mobile, they can use password. Username. You see now here, username or mobile. Suppose I entered +919876543211 and password is John@123. Then it says invalid because mobile is what? 0. Then I click login, it is success. They can log in with mobile or they can log in with John_NIT. So John@123. That is also okay. They can log in with username or they can log in with mobile. And password should match. That is compulsory. That means they entered +9198765210, but password is wrong. Then it says invalid. Password should match. So John@123. Now it is okay. That is logical operators. Logical and logical or. Or indicates out of all expressions, any one expression is true. And indicates all expressions must be true. Then we can handle that. This is one simple example. Basically how the validation works. Actually, this kind of validation you will see in Amazon and all like people. When you see Amazon login, see Amazon sign in, they will give an option, mobile or email. That means they will say that login with your mobile or email. So it can match with mobile or it can match with email. We can use multiple 3 also. That means it can be mobile, it can be username, or it can be email. We can use any of them. If it is matching, then it will go to the next, right? This is basic example for these operators. That means how do we use the logical operators? So these are all different types of operators that we are having. So operators are classified into different categories based on operands and based on the value they are written. Based on operands, we call them unary operator, binary operator, ternary. Based on the type of value they written, they are arithmetic operators, comparison operators, assignment operators, and logical operators. Actually, we have special operators also. There is another category. We have special operators. We have special operators. Special operators, already so many operators we learned. What are the special operators we are having is, one special operator we already have is delete. We learned now already. What is delete operator? So it is used to delete a property or key, right, from object. Yesterday we saw na. Another operator is in operator also we learned, right? So it is used for, so it is used to verify. So it is used to verify a property or key. So we have delete operator, we have in operator. Already we saw delete operator in object concept I showed you. In operator also same. We have new operator, already we know. New array, new date. Actually new is, it is dynamic memory allocation operator. I told you in array concept na. I told you that what is difference between array constructor and array meta character. New means dynamic memory allocation. That means memory is allocated dynamically for that object so that all object related members are stored in that memory, right? That is dynamic memory allocation operator. Dynamic memory allocation operator. That is a special operator. Actually, these all comes under special operators. We have type of, so it returns the data type of value stored in reference. This already I showed you. Type of already I showed you while learning arrays concept. I told you all array properties are what type? String type. The values can be any type. There I used this type of operator. Just roughly I will show you. See, suppose we want to know the data type of any value present in a reference, then we can use this type of. For example, we saw NASA APIs, right? We saw fake store APIs. Generally, while working with APIs, one of the main problem is we are unable to understand what type of data will come. That means because we haven't designed the data. Data is coming from some location. Then it is important for a developer to know what type of data is coming. Then he can do some actions on that. So a developer can know what is the data type of that particular value just by using type of. For example, see now, we are using a script. Here I am using fetch. Fetch from HTTP fake store fakestoreapi.com/products/1. It will return first product. Dot then. So dot then we will use a callback function. So here we will get a response and we will return response.json. Dot then a function will get one product. I want to know what are all the properties in that product. Then we will write for var property in. What is it? Product. Document.write, we are printing the property. So we are printing property. We are printing the property. So this is going to print all the properties. I will run this and you can see it is printing all properties. It is printing all the properties, ID, title, price, description. I want to know their data type. Is it a number? Is it a string? Is it an object? What data type they are? Then not properties data type. Property data type is always string. Their value data type. Their value data type. Then what we can do here, we will add a simple one like this. What is it is type of. Type of is an operator which can get the data type of any value. So what is the value is product of property. Product of property is nothing but it is going to get the first value, second value, third value. So that every value type we are printing. That means now you can see it will display those data types. ID is number, title is a string, price is a number. So description, category, rating is an object. We can know the data types. We can know the data type by using which operator? Type of any variable name, any reference name. In that reference, what data is stored? What type of data is stored? It can return. It is very important for a developer to know the data types before he deals with the data. And that you can manage by using which operator? Type of operator. So this is a simple example to understand type of operator, right? Next important is in the operators, we have a special operator, instance of. So it returns true if the object belongs to specific class. For that we need to learn OOP concepts. Later we will learn OOP concept. Later when we learn object oriented programming, you can understand. Instance of is nothing but it will verify whether the object is derived from that particular class or not. If it is derived from that particular class, then it will return true. Classes and all we will see in next level. Actually, roughly suppose I will show like this. Suppose we have a class employee. So we have a class called product like this. Now what we do is we are creating let, suppose obj is equal to new employee. Right? That means this object belongs to which class? Employee class. Because you created, you know it. Sometimes we in our projects, we are just given with the objects. Somebody designed those objects and they give the object. We don't know from which class it is coming. If we want to verify that whether this object belongs to employee or product, then there is an operator called instance of. That means what you can do is we can write document.write. We are writing here obj is instance of employee, instance of product. How to verify? Is it instance of product? Is it instance of product? We can use instance of. That means here we have to write obj instance of, what is it? Product. This is what we are giving. So is obj instance of product? Obj is not instance of product. Then obviously it will return false. Obj is not instance of product. It is false. So for example, now I return here this obj, which type? Product type. If it is product type, now it will return true. That means we can verify whether that particular object is derived from a class or not. Right? From which class it is derived. For that, we have to use what? Instance of. Instance of is used to verify that. As I told you, you will learn about these classes in next level. We will see that. So we have type of, this is delete, in, new, type of, instance of. Another operator, we have void. It is used to discard the return value of a function or element. Void is also a special operator. It is used to discard the return value of a function or element. Actually, How we use this void, I will tell you one simple example. So actually void type is, for example, suppose we are designing, here we are designing a link. Actually, this is home link. In projects, what happens is you design the link, but how that link have to work will be designed by somebody else. You just created it and moved it to next phase. In the next phase, they will implement. But when you write something and you are moving to next phase, first your code is tested. When this code is tested, it will fail. Why it will fail? According to the test case, every link need a href. Every link need a href, but you haven't written href, then it will fail. Why you haven't written href? Because that will be implemented by somebody else. But in testing, it should pass. Then what we do is we write href. If I write href, again it will fail. It will say that href is not having a URL. Right? Why you haven't written URL? Because we don't know the URL. Later it will be implemented, but it will fail in testing. Then what we can do, suppose I give an empty, is it okay? It is not okay. Again, it will fail in testing. It will say that link cannot be empty href. Means currently, is this link working? Yes, link is working. It will go to empty URL. You observe carefully now. Link is currently working. Observe, it shows like a visited link. Na? Right? I click on that. That means you see page is refreshing. That means link is working, but it is not responding to anything. So this is also fail. If I use hash, is it okay? Not okay. Many people think this is okay. Because in many websites, they write like that. This is not okay. Why? Because hash means what? ID na? Then which ID? Then again fail. For example, see now, I click on this button. When I click on this button, it shows visited. And hash is empty. That is not good. Then how I create one link and pass the testing? And how to tell the testing that this link will not return anything? That means it should pass in the testing and it should be implemented later. Then we write like this. We use JavaScript : void here. What is this void? Indicates that this element is not going to return anything. And it requires implementation further. Now observe carefully here. Observe carefully here. This is the page. I click on this home. It's not responding. Nothing happening. Its color is not changing. That means it is not visited. It is not submitting anything. Why it is not submitting? Because it is written as void. Void means you are saying that don't return anything. Void indicates that nothing to return. Nothing to return. Later, what our developer will do? Our developer can implement here. What he will implement? Suppose location.href is equal to home.html. Like this, he will implement. Then what happens when I click on that? It will go to that page. If there is such page, it will go to that page. That implementation will work, right? Initially, it is not implemented, but we can make it implement, right? This is actually void type. This is void type. What is location href is a different point. We'll see later. This is example. This link is enough. This is an example to understand what is void. This all comes under which category? This all comes under special operators. So special operators we have delete. These are not keywords. Some people tell them as keywords, right? New keyword, void keyword, they are not keywords. We call them as what? Operators. They come under special operators, right? These are all JavaScript statements and JavaScript operators and data types. Next, we will see about JavaScript statements. JavaScript statement means if conditions, for loops and all. Now here programming will start. And we will practice programming. I will give you some tasks which are asked in interviews. That means in interviews, what kind of programs are asked? Those programs we will practice in the class. That means in interviews, they will ask like, write a program to do this, write a program to do that. All such depends on statements only. We learned string functions, we learned statements, we learned operators. By using them, we have to implement several programs. Those we are going to see in the next session. Tomorrow we will do that. Okay, right.